Hey folks, welcome back to Jordan Shorty Jacks. And I'm guessing you're here because you want to know what's inside of our whelping box. Well, we're going to get right to that today. We're going to show you what's in our whelping box and go over a few things with the setup that you may need to consider and keep an eye on in thinking ahead for when you set up a system for whelping your puppies. Let's get to it. All right guys, we're inside here in the whelping system. And here's the surprise. We had 2 little girls and 4 little boys. And their eyes are just starting to think about coming open, 10 days old, all healthy. We had 6 total. And this is our breeding of Sunny and Jeannie. And if you don't know who those are, you can go to our website, Jordan Shorty Jacks website, or Facebook, and you can see a picture of these parents. These things are beautiful. And the whelping box is working out great. Part of keeping it clean, and I repeated myself in my last video about cleanliness and bacteria. And I repeat myself because poop is not your friend. It will get your dog sick. So even when your pee pad that we have in here doesn't look dirty, these little boogers, they'll tinkle on it, and Mom will clean up a little poop. It'll get smeared on there, whatever, and change it daily. Give them their chance. They have no immune system, kind of like our babies. We want to keep them clean, keep them free from germs and stuff until they can develop their own immunity systems and start their vaccinations. So there you go. That's what we have in here. Beautiful puppies. So I'm going to get out of here now that you've seen what we're hiding and tell you about some of the things you need to think about in advance on when you set up your whelping system for when these puppies get older, because I'm about 1.5 weeks, 2 weeks away from becoming the mom. And these things are going to start climbing out, and we're going to be ready for them. So let's, I'm going to get out and we're going to go over that, and I'm glad we got to showcase them to you. Okay guys, I've climbed my butt up out of here. I want to go over a few things when we set this up. Now we got puppies in here. So far it's been a breeze to keep this thing clean because the mama's doing all the cleaning. The mamas like to go outside and use the bathroom. So we haven't got anything down yet except for one pee pad. Usually what they've done, because I've got 2 litters in here, we're not ready to show that one yet. But first day or 2, they want to stick with their babies, and they'll use the bathroom on the pee pad. Not long after that, they're like, hey, I want to go outside. They don't want to do it where they sleep. So we'll be putting something down still. But one of the things I've noticed about the setup for this is with the top on, these rails that are under here that holds this top up, it makes it a little more stable. If you take it off, the panels like to move a little bit if they get to jumping on here, especially when there's another mom in here. It'll move around a little bit. So with the top on it, it's a little more stable, and it gives them a little more privacy and for a little darker. They like it like a den when they're gonna whelp and have puppies and they wanna stay hid. So we also put a just no cheap tablecloth on the side like it would be if you were sharing a room in a hospital with someone. They got curtains that you can slide across there. This gives them privacy to keep the mothers from seeing each other and getting excited or stressed out. So it gives them a little privacy. One of the things I noticed on this, these square openings in here, they're bigger than the wire crates that we used. And I knew that when I got it, and I wanted to share it with you, because when these puppies get bigger, things you gotta think about is, hey, they're gonna get into stuff. They're gonna stick their heads through there. Will they get their heads hung in there? They'll stick them through sideways and turn their head this way. And they're like, I'm stuck and can't get out. So I'm gonna keep an eye on this. I may have to come in here with some smaller 1x1 wire and attach it to it to secure it better, but I'm gonna keep an eye on it. So depending on the size of your pups, how big they get or whatever in their heads, they can get stuck in there, and you don't want to come in and find one hanging from the fence. So those two things is what I've noticed about it. We also have an electric heater mat that covers about half that box, and that will allow to keep your puppies warm. They need to stay warm for a week or two, a couple of weeks, till they can start developing their own heat. And mama's going to keep them warm, but you don't want to keep your whole house 90 degrees when it's 100 degrees outside. So we have a heating mat under there, puppy heating mat. They'll crawl to it and to get warm. And if they're too hot, they can crawl off of it onto the other half and cool off. Anytime that you walk in and see your puppies spread out, you know they're comfortable and they're warm. And if they're all cuddled up on top of each other, that's your sign that they're probably a little cooler than they want to be. So they'll crawl around, get off and on it, and keep their temperature right. The mama knows everything to do. So, but this thing is easy to clean, wipe it down, everything's easy to keep clean. We'll continue to use the tops on here for the stability, and so far so good. Once we get in here and they start using the bathroom themselves, the mama stops cleaning it up, you're going to see we have something underneath here on the floor to help us out, because they'll jump out, and then when they got to go, they got to go. They're going to go where they're standing, and we're going to keep things clean. So stay tuned for our next video. Like, subscribe, and share for people that get this information out to them if it helps you any. And we're going to talk about picking your first puppy on our next video, how to pick it. So until then, stay tuned. Thank you very much.